tremendous looking trophy.
Hello and welcome to Platinum Explosion on my PlayStation podcast. In the Oceanians, my name's Black. Join me, as always, Ashley Hobley.
Hey, gentlemen, excited for everybody listening on podcast services. So the podcast services around the globe, on YouTube, or on our special Platinum Explosion app available on the PlayStation Store for 5 minutes, where you get a 30-second preview every week. In real time.
You nearly fucked that up and you was going to deserve it, so. So, everyone, if you didn't get the joke, that's good. Just continue to not know. And if you did get the joke, we're not talking about it because I'm sick of it. Fuck that shit. I'm over it.
All blue boxes are banned from the show. We're not allowed to talk about TARDISes. Not allowed to talk about...
You keep going.
I don't know what else is...
Yeah, keep going. You keep going.
No, I can't think of any other blue boxes. No police boxes.
Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, the TARDIS is a...
Yeah.
Very good. Today on the show, we've got a couple of news stories. Not much. Can't be bothered extending... I'm not talking about that fucking shit. That's like literally the biggest story of the week is just that bullshit. But we're not talking about it. I'm talking about it now by talking about it.
I mean, you can sum it up. It was a shit show. Done. Move on.
Fucking over it. PlayStation Lifestyle writes, Last of Us Part 2 Datamine hints at Battle Royale and multiplayer in the future. Here's something. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about some fucking rumors for shit that matters. They write that The Last of Us 2 launched without multiplayer mode when the single-player campaign became far and away the most ambitious project the developer had ever created. A recent data mine suggests the game may once have had multiplayer modes, and some speculate that those assets could be used in the future for Naughty Dog's standalone multiplayer project.
Wait. It suggests the game once had multiplayer modes? I think we know for a fact it did have multiplayer modes. I think they specifically came out and said it wasn't they took the multiplayer modes out, so that's not great.
I don't know if they ever clarified that they were officially... I don't know if they ever said how far along they got, I guess.
I'm pretty sure they said it was part of it and then removed it, so because it got too big. But anyway.
Confirmed article. YouTube Specializer has uncovered unseen multiplayer assets that hint towards a possibility of a Battle Royale mode. What an interesting twist. One of the most prominent items Specializer uncovered was a map prop showing a really large play space. The locations included Port of Camilito, Adler Park, Adler Plaza, with points of interest that include a gas station, estate, nature center, and motel. Note that many of these are the same environments that appear in The Last of Us Part 2 story. Specializer theorized the size of the map suggested there's a huge chance this could be used for a Battle Royale mode. Location names suggest the map will likely be different single-player maps merged together to create one big map. While not included in the video, he also found a compass, a moat wheel script, and a player count, which is usually only used in Battle Royale games. I mean, not always, for sure. Specializer also found a handheld TV, whose purpose is unknown, and a collar that he thought suggested dogs could appear in the multiplayer. There's a listen mode device too, so the single-player campaign's listen mode may not have been readily available to players in multiplayer unless they have the right gadget. There are other assets he's been unable to restore so far, such as the backpack models that hint at 6 different multiplayer classes: assault, melee, sniper, stealth, support, and tactical. Concluding his findings were helmet and torso armor models for Ellie. You can take a close look at those in the video. However, we must include the caveat that unused assets are not indicative of current plans, and the models found a low poly items that have been placeholders or in planning/testing. Naughty Dog may have very well abandoned or changed these ideas since. Specializer's video is largely speculative about these findings and what they mean. But of course. So since they're doing the multiplayer separately now, we kept making jokes about it being Battle Royale mode. Do you think they would have still kept it as a Battle Royale mode, or this is completely scrapped at this point?
I mean, sure, why not? If they're wanting to make it a standalone game, I think you obviously need a few different modes, and like a Battle Royale mode is like, it's an easy way to get people in. Like everyone will give that a go, and then you can expand from there to the different. What was the Last of Us mode called?
It's just like, I don't know. It's just the game.
I don't know. Yeah.
The multiplayer is just like a deathmatch type thing. Or do you mean the whole the structure built into the? Yeah, I can't remember what the official. But yeah, that's the thing where you like. Yeah, sorry, buddy. The thing, yeah. So the Last of Us multiplayer where you picked a side and then you played missions and then played matches, and periodically you had to like sort of pick goals like within your next 6 matches, get like 10 headshot kills and you'll get more citizens or something. And then if you didn't, you had a bunch of yours like wiped out. There was like a mini game inside the game. But then otherwise the actual game modes were sort of just deathmatch, I guess. I mean, it was what? I can't remember. What was it? 3
factions.
4v4. Yeah. There you go, factions. Yeah. It's like, but then the actual game
called factions, but yeah. That's the word everybody has been describing this multiplayer game as. So
there you go. Yeah. I don't want it to be Battle Royale. I think that sounds terrible.
I mean, it doesn't make sense within the world, And then the only way I'll be on board is if they replace like the gas or the field with clickers.
It's just a circle of clickers.
Yep, slowly coming in. So you can like survive in the thing, but you have to like fight off clickers to get back into ahead of them or whatever. But
I mean, at that point, it kind of just becomes like the mist. So if you're at like the edge of the circle, you take a step into the mist. Is that how it's working? Basically?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, that's probably the best. I don't know.
Because we all know once there's only one person left, all clickers like dissipate and like leave you alone.
I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, when it gets down to the final circle, they just have the. It's just everyone has to fight while also trying to survive against clickers, and the fog goes over everyone. So you don't die within it, but like the last stage.
Well, there's like one way to escape,
which is
I don't know.
Boom.
I don't know. You could do interesting ideas like that of like there's only one way to escape, and it's like rather than a massive battlefield where it slowly comes in, it's like lots. You don't have to do 60, but like a large group getting chased by clickers, and it's the last person left, I guess.
Would it be better if it was team-based Battle Royale?
Maybe.
Because then you could, because otherwise it's like
an Apex S, yeah.
Yeah, because then
in a way, yeah.
Well, yeah, but I'm just thinking if it's all for all, if that's the main mode, you've got like 30, 60 people all fighting for themselves, and I'm like, well, in the game there's like a core, like sort of at least 2 core factions, and then Ellie's group or whatever. So
you could even do it where you're just trying to escape, and sure, the other teams are there, but you don't need to kill them to win.
So it's Friday the 13th combined with a Battle Royale.
With clickers, yeah.
Clickers.
I'm sure, I think, Naughty Dog's a big enough studio, they won't just do something pretty basic. They'll have their own twist and spin on it if it's something they want to do.
Ain't no basic bitches. Sure, we'll find out soon. Oh, no, maybe. I have no idea when we're gonna fucking find out. I kept feeling like we'd find out soon. It's like, oh, we'll find. No, surely we'll find out like a month or a couple months after the game releases.
Fine. You'll escape, and then a character will come 20 years later with a golf club, and then
it's like the ultimate weapon you can unlock in the game. Is the you have to be like level 250 to unlock the golf club.
Yeah,
it's got blood on the end of it. All the really angry Last of Us fans that are still pissy about it, just refused. The outrage.
I mean, you can have multiple ways to finish the match. Like you fight in like a have it like a knife fight in some water or something, or like a one-on-one fight in like a old abandoned theater. That'd be pretty cool.
Or you just play golf.
Or you just play golf. Yeah.
If both,
it's like one hole.
If
Whoever wins.
If the two remaining players both have golf clubs, it just goes into a golf club minigame.
You have a riff off.
Yeah,
that's the way the match is decided. Yeah.
Secretly, it's Guitar Hero, Hot Shots Golf, Street Fighter.
Yep.
Solved it.
Everything, yeah.
Everything. Reach out, Naughty Dog, if you need some. If you're still struggling,
need some inspiration. Yeah,
we've got it.
We're just a well of ideas over here.
PlayStation Lifestyle writes, Rumour FromSoftware developing new PS5 exclusive Souls-like IP will not be Bloodborne or Demon Souls. Rumour. Rumors began circulating last week that FromSoftware is developing a brand new IP exclusively for PlayStation 5. If the latest rumor is to be believed, it will be another Souls-like title. However, as reported by The Game Post, renowned leaker Nick Baker speculated the game will not be related to Bloodborne or Demon Souls. Potential existence of a new PS5 exclusive title from FromSoftware was revealed last week during Dealer Gaming's Real Deal Xbox podcast. This rumor was later corroborated by Baker, who went into further detail in his own Xbox Era podcast. He stated, quote, "It's believed I think the PS5 exclusive is more Souls-like than it is Elden Ring / Sekiro. Bearing in mind that Dark Souls franchise has managed to shift 27 million units between the multiple games, this decision is not much of a surprise, though it's unclear what exact factors make this unannounced title closer to one or the other. The game apparently came about for a similar deal to that of Bloodborne and Demon Souls. Sony will own the IP, but the game will be made by FromSoftware and Sony XDev Japan. Souls creator Hideki Miyazaki is involved with the game's development, but it's not Bloodborne. It's not Demon Souls. It's an entirely new IP and apparently has no connection to the former two games. Those hoping for a sequel to Bloodborne will be disappointed. Though to be fair, exploring new IP is how we got Bloodborne in the first place. So this was part of... So I saw this rumor kick off last week, and that was like a couple days after there was rumors that there was going to be a state of play last week, which didn't happen either. But the state of play rumors kept being like, the list of state of play rumors were they're going to officially announce that Horizon Zero Dawn, Forbidden West is delayed because they still haven't officially. It's been like nearly a month since that, like,
post,
and then they like haven't done a like, oh, here's some gameplay to make up, like here's some, because they usually always do it with like, like here, oh, it's delayed, but here's some new gameplay, or it's delayed and here's like a new thing to like bide you over, like here's some good news for your bad news. So it was like, oh, they'll do that. They'll show Gran Turismo for the first time officially. They'll have something else, I can't remember what it was. And then the last dot point in the leak or rumor or whatever the fuck you want to call it was they're going to announce a new PS5 exclusive. And at the time it was like, we don't know what this is. And then a couple days later, this story popped up about this Souls-like coming. So then, of course, everyone was like, oh, maybe that's the game that they're going to announce in the state of play that didn't happen. But could be a thing. So, I mean, it's not... I don't think it's a stretch to say that this is a thing that could happen. But I did see... So some other sites were reporting it as like, look, this shit is happening. I was like, wanted to make sure I read one that was reporting it as rumor because it is still a rumor. But
let me just start with my first point.
Mm-hmm.
The two main sources in this article are Xbox podcasts.
Yeah. They're throwing fake fake news out there.
It's like Americans taking any news that would the two sources of the news were Russian. You know? It's like, can you really trust it?
I mean, that's that's one analogy you could go with, yeah. But I mean, it's not too far fetched of a thing and it probably makes a bit more sense because everyone is always clamoring for Bloodborne 2, but FromSoft never seemed to like really want to do it. Not because they didn't like the game, but I just think they were like, well, that was the game. Like, how do we make a sequel? I don't know. Like, don't know. They never seemed like they had much to go into that, really. But a brand new IP that Sony pays them to make is, I don't think that's too far-fetched of a number.
No, I don't. I don't think it's too far-fetched. Obviously, Sony and FromSoftware have a history, and it looks like Sony's happy to throw around the money to get exclusive IPs. Like, that's their thing. They're not like super. Obviously, they've got their first-party stuff, like putting stuff out at their own rate, but they're not doing the Xbox thing where they're buying a bunch of studios. They're like leasing or like hiring studios to make exclusive IPs and that kind of stuff.
We've had like 2 or 3 in the last couple months.
It feels very weird to announce that or like reveal details about their next project when Elden Ring is still potentially it's next year though.
It's early. It's like January or something, I believe.
But we've seen one trailer for that game, so I don't know. It's like, and they're working on something else as well, aren't they?
Well, they're always working on stuff. I don't know what they're not working on, to be honest.
They're working on a new Armored Core. Oh no, that got cancelled.
But I mean,
I don't know.
They're always working on stuff, and if you look at their history, they're always sort of overlapping. Like, so Dark Souls 3 started development while Dark Souls 2 wasn't even out. So, like, there's a sort of a precedent in the history of them just being like, it's fine.
It's true.
Just we just make games. I don't know. And yeah, Elden Ring's supposed to be, I think it was like early January.
It's January 21st, yeah.
There you go, late January. So it's really not that far away. So if they were to announce a teaser, and by teaser I mean obviously it would probably be like a cinematic type thing for Sony and be like, here's the thing that's happening. It ain't going to be releasing until, at the earliest, like late 2023?
2025?
So I don't know. Elden Ring took a lot longer than usually their games take. I think we know the reason why.
Oh, no. There's normally like 3 years. Oh, no.
Usually like a year or 2, if you look.
Yeah. And the last couple have been a few years apart.
And it's usually because they have that, as I said, they've got 2 teams usually sort of rotating. So it's like whoever's been working on Elden Ring, they won't be like, let's say that if we say that this PS5 game's true, it's in development now, and it ain't been worked on by the people who are doing Elden Ring. The Elden Ring team will rotate to the game that's after the PS5 game. That's kind of, so if it is true, that's how it would work and what makes it possible. Or they might rotate onto it to help finish it off and then go on to their own thing, and I don't know. I would say, of course, I'd want it. I'm down for it. I also think it is a plausible rumor, and it would be really good for PlayStation and PS5 at this stage too, because they don't have. I mean, we're running it. Sony does need to start announcing a couple. We need a couple more things, because we kept making those jokes that we're going to reach a stage here very shortly where Xbox is probably going to have more upcoming exclusives than PlayStation. We're going to reach a point.
I mean, they should. They bought like
Yeah.
60, 70 studios, so.
Yeah. But I mean, what does PlayStation have coming up? God of War?
Horizon. Gran Turismo.
That's it, right? That we know of.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to announce some shit. Sorry.
Yeah.
But that's just true.
I don't know, but I don't. It's weird, the media structure at the moment, where you don't want to announce a game too early and like wait 60, 70 years for it to come out, like Bayonetta 3. You don't want people hanging on day after day and asking for it constantly. So you just have to announce it when the time is right. So I don't think we're going to see these things where they're announced. I don't think we're going to see another Elder Scrolls 6 announcement where it's like way down the line.
I think it's fine to announce stuff that's like a year away. Maybe even like a year and a half away. I feel like that's fine.
Yeah, but I don't think... I think all the stuff they've announced is in the next year. So,
because I feel like there has to be a fine line between announcing stuff and not having it be years and years and years away and like making people wait. But also having enough announced that people, if they're like, what should I buy? A PlayStation or an Xbox or a Switch or PC? You know, like, and they can look at the PS5 and go, well, what do they have coming up, exclusive wise? And you know, currently we listed off the 3 games, and that's it. But once like Horizon starts dropping and whatever else, then it's like, well, when people are then going, what should I get a PS5? What's coming out? You know, you have to have some stuff announced. Or at least teased. I don't know. That's what E3 was for. E3 was the one show where people announced shit and went, here's what you can talk about for like the next year or two as these games come out. Let's tie this into the next story. Push Square writes, this was an update. We're nearing a year since the last major PlayStation press conference. In a little over 4 weeks, it will be a year since the last major press conference. While we have been treated to a handful of state-of-play live streams in 2021, Sony has been infamously secretive about its upcoming software slate. In fact, at the time of typing, there's not a single first-party exclusive for the PlayStation 5 announced. The likes of Horizon Forbidden West, God of War, Ragnarok, and Gran Turismo 7 are all coming to the PS4 as well. The Japanese right has changed its marketing approach, and as has become increasingly obvious over the past 12 months, some of this will be down to the pandemic, no doubt, but it's also quite clearly a shift in the internal strategy. Software is announced later, marketing cycles are significantly smaller, and the company's keeping in-development projects quiet until they're truly ready for prime time. All of this means, presumably, there's a lot to look forward to, it just doesn't want us to know about it yet. Of course, E3 2021 has come and gone with barely a whimper from Sony, and now on the eve of Gamescom, we're yet to hear a peep out of the platform holder either. In fact, we're approaching the anniversary of its previous press conference, the 17th of September 2020, so the organization announced God of War Ragnarok, Final Fantasy 16, and much more. It was a sprawling showcase stacked to the brim with big software and hardware reveals. Rumors continue to swirl that a similar live stream is imminent, although supposed industry insiders have been singing from the same hymn sheet all year long. And I mean, yeah, that's the other thing. Nearly a year since that. And other than that, we've had these, like, I mean, I'll say, and I don't feel like I'm talking about else, none of the state of plays that we've had since then have really been anything special. They've been okay. You know, they do a Horizon one, it's okay. Some of those other ones would have shown us some smaller games and stuff. They've been okay. But there's still so many games that were in that initial, the PS5 event or whatever you want to call it. Like, be it the big games or the smaller ones. There's some of those smaller ones we still haven't heard about. Where's my bloody dinosaur dating high school game, Volcano High?
I'm just looking at that.
You know? What was that? Remember that game? What the fuck was that one called? It was actually the adventuring one. You remember that one?
Death. No.
No.
Yeah, the one with the trailer. I can't remember.
That was a cool trailer. They got in trouble for the native masks or that sort of stuff, and then they apologized and blah 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 blah. That one. That one. Oh. And that had a slated release date for like July.
Little Devil Inside.
There we go.
Yeah.
And it was supposed to come out July, supposedly. Well, it was never going to come out July. It was one of those games that had like a, hey, it's coming July. And then like July approached and everyone was like, we haven't heard about this. So it definitely is not releasing this one. But like, that was all from a year ago. Need to get something. You need to get something. Yeah, are you telling me as a PS5 owner that you're currently happy with the where you can, as far as you can see down the street?
I mean, it's fine. I feel yeah, obviously we know like there's a lot of third party games and stuff that we know are down the line, you know.
See, but if an Xbox person said that and you said that, you'd be like, oh, fuck that, they don't need exclusives.
No one.
Yes, you fucking would.
I know. Obviously I think we have a lot more faith in PlayStation to like to eventually. I don't think they're in any rush like to announce stuff. So, I mean, it's crazy that it is like almost a year, but you know, that's just how it is. Unfortunately, yeah.
Sony has
obviously that was like the big price event. So
yeah.
It's like they don't really have another reason to do a massive like showcase at the moment, like other than to do a massive showcase. So it's kind of like,
I will say we came out of E3 going, man, that was pretty good. Like opening night live and you know most of the showcases, they were pretty good. We kind of came out of it being like, man, there was a bunch of cool stuff announced there, none of which has me talking about PlayStation. And maybe and we did say that. I remember saying it. And it wasn't that big a deal because there's still stuff to come. Ratchet and Clank had just dropped. You know, it wasn't that thing. Opening night live in a week. It's the 24th, I think. Next Friday, I think, whatever it is. If that is another great show, which I hope it is, you know, it usually is. Jeff Keighley does a good job or whatever. But if we come out of that again being like, man, there's some good looking Xbox shit here, good looking Nintendo shit, some third party stuff. But where the hell was PlayStation? Like, come on. Yeah. At some stage.
I mean, they have to throw Jeff Keighley a bone and like other big PlayStation exclusive reveal or something. Of course, the rumors again that this week there's going to be another state of play. You know, it's hard to, until there's a state of play, they're going to predict there's a state of play every single week. So I don't know. I don't know if we get another massive showcase until maybe PSVR 2.
No, that'll be its own thing. But PSVR 2 will be its own. That's its
own. Yeah, but I don't
review.
think we'll have like another big showcase like that until PSVR 2. I think they're just happy doing these smaller ones, small little things every now and then. Obviously, the big, obviously, you have like a state of play that does a bunch of indie games with like a bigger announcement, and then you have these deep dives on the big games coming out. Like, as much as I hate to say it, I'm assuming there's going to be a Deathloop state of play before the game comes out.
Fuck off! I fucking hate that. It's not even that I don't want to play the game. I want to play the game, but by God, am I sick of seeing it. Like, the idea of a Deathloop state of play, and if they were like, hey, we've got 10 minutes of this Deathloop gameplay to show you tomorrow, I think I would go, I can't even. Like, do not expect me to watch that. Do not expect me to talk about that. Do not expect me to write about that. I could not be fucked with 10 more minutes of exclusive Deathloop state of play.
Actually, they did Deathloop on the last one, didn't they?
They did. So, surely that's enough. Why can't they just come out and be like, here's a Horizon, here's a Horizon thing, especially if the rumors are like that co-op or multiplayer thing was a thing. Like that's a thing. Then show some Gran Turismo, show an actual teaser trailer for God of War. Like God of War was remember when they said God of War was this year, right? Remember that? That was the thing that they said. All off a fucking title card. They still haven't said the official name of that game, by the way.
Yeah.
We still don't know the official fucking name. So in the scheme of what's marketing, what's marketing, good marketing move, I don't know. Fucking drop a teaser trailer for God of War and give us the actual title of the goddamn game so everyone can stop writing God of War Ragnarok and then putting like asterisks on it and then at the bottom of the article being like, don't know if that's the official name, but you know? Like how about we start with that? Give us the fucking name of the game. There's some marketing.
No, it's just too much fun to see people get upset about it.
Death Stranding Director's Cut trailer. God of War title in a teaser. Horizon trailer. Gran Turismo trailer. Or gameplay. Actually, gameplay for that one for sure.
Actually, now you mentioned
there's 4 fucking things.
That I think, obviously, the Death Stranding thing, that's going to be at Opening Night Live. I don't think there's any doubt about that. But God of War title could be something they show at Opening Night Live.
Come on. Like, and I mean, it's just enough to keep us going. Like, a 1-minute trailer. Have Kratos fucking chop some motherfucker's head off. Have, what's the kid's name? Arteus? Atreus. Have Atreus run in, like, super kick a motherfucker in a Young Bucks t-shirt. I don't know.
Is he in the Young Bucks t-shirt? Or is he supposed to do super kicking in the Young Bucks t-shirt?
Atreus. You know, he looks up to the side. Fuck you, Thor.
What kind of headgear is he wearing?
Yeah, headband. It's a floor headband. Yeah, it looks up to the sky. Fuck you, Thor. Cunt. And then lightning bolt. God of War 2. And everyone goes, fuck. For a full year, we've been calling this thing God of War Ragnarok. You motherfuckers.
And then 6 months later, it's God of War 2.
Ragnarok. Yeah, just a yeah. Like, I'm asking for the minimum of minimum here. I just want to see someone in a Young Bucks shirt, super kicks on the title.
Then Kratos looks at Thor and says, I love you, and then gives him a V-trigger.
Yeah. Got it. Like, this is so easy. So I don't know who the fuck they're hiring for marketing over there, but come on. Fucking simple. All right. Moving on.
I think we just need to be patient. Yeah.
No, I think we need to take to the streets. No, I'm just
You're gonna hold a protest to fill PlayStation.
To hold the state of play. Yeah, fucking give it to me. Push Square, he's not Rumour. Last Rumour show. Last news story. Rumour, Sony planning more expensive PlayStation Plus option that could include Crunchyroll. They write, we've been saying for a while now that Sony needs to think about revamping its PlayStation Plus subscription service. Currently, subscribers get a handful of free PS5 and PS4 games every month, supplemented by exclusive PlayStation Store discounts and sometimes other Sony-based benefits. Playing mostly multiplayer PlayStation games online also requires a PlayStation Plus subscription, of course. It's not a bad deal for what is roughly the price of one retail video game release per year, but up against the increasing popularity of subscription services like Xbox Game Pass, its perceived value is often called into question, and improving PlayStation Plus offering could be in its way, however. According to a reliable source, that is Eurogamer, Sony may be planning to offer a more expensive premium PlayStation Plus offering that could include some kind of access to Crunchyroll, the popular anime streaming and publishing platform that Sony just acquired for roughly $1 billion. A more expensive PlayStation Plus option is an interesting proposition, and it's something that's been discussed on this very website for years. Would you pay a little bit more to get some Crunchyroll with your PlayStation Plus?
Yeah, I think so. As long as it works out financially better than paying for them separate, then sure, why not?
Well, I assume it would, surely. That's how they
Yeah, then it's kind of a no-brainer. It's like, especially now, obviously, Crunchyroll bought by Sony, who also currently own Funimation. You assume, from all reports, they're going to merge the two entities to be the pretty much one-stop shop.
Funimation
in the. I don't know which name do you prefer, Crunchyroll or Funimation?
Well, Crunchyroll, because back in the day I did subscribe to Crunchyroll, and Funimation.
I don't know which one has the better brand recognition.
I don't know. I didn't know Funimation was a thing until like a couple years ago. So
I feel like I think they stick with the Crunchyroll name, and then like obviously because obviously here in Australia we had Anime Lab as they kind of merged, I guess, with Funimation, or I think that's what happened. They got bought out. Obviously, Anime Lab was part of Mad Men. I think it's still part of Mad Men. I'm not 100% sure of the background, but so that's happened recently. So then for this to happen as well, it'd be like for Australians, it potentially you switch over to now another subscription service. So I mean, it's good in the long. I think it's an odd one where it's good for consumers, but it's also bad for consumers because it's like you only have to pay one subscription, you get everything. But you also are stuck with the one option. It's like if you don't like the user interface or how they run things,
they might update the app if they merge everything though.
Yeah, but if you don't like how it is when it's all merged, then you're kind of screwed. You just have to put up with it. It's like it's kind of the opposite of every other industry at the moment. It's like we're diverging to all these different streaming apps. And anime is like, let's all buy it all and have it in one place. So
I wonder what else they would do if they did it though.
I mean, if they were going to offer a more expensive PS Plus, it needs to be with the launch of PS Now worldwide. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I guess that's the no-brainer, I guess, isn't it? PS Plus mode activated would have Crunchyroll, PlayStation Now, but then do they cancel? Oh no, do they still let you buy PlayStation Now separately, or are we saying that they?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so you get PlayStation Now, you get Crunchyroll, you get Discord. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, Discord Plus, whatever,
Nitro,
Turbo, or whatever. Yeah. Nitro, yeah, that's the word.
You get some Nitro?
Because, I mean, Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, you get like a bunch of extra stuff for other services, at least trials or whatever.
They've handed out a couple months of Nitro and stuff through that as well.
Yeah.
So
they're not even going to integrate it inside their consoles.
So, yeah, if anyone's going to make the deal to hand out some Nitro as part of the subscription, I think it'll be PlayStation now that they've got the handshake with Discord.
The handshake and their own part of the company. Yeah. I mean, sure.
So Nitro, Nitro, blah, blah, blah. Do you get maybe an extra game? Is that a thing? No. Game's the same?
Game's the same.
Right. Do they?
I mean, maybe they add to that the PlayStation Plus collection.
PlayStation Plus collection. There's some more.
Well, I mean, you got PS Now, so I don't know how much it really matters to have more games in that PS5 PlayStation Plus collection, but because eventually all those games go into PS Now, and
probably
yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying to think what else they got.
Anything that makes things cheaper for us, the better.
They could add. They could announce that they're adding, like, I guess, PS1 and 2 games to play at PS Now at the same time or something.
Maybe
help
incentivize. You get a Netflix subscription or something. I don't know. Seeing as all their films are going to Netflix.
It's true. Yeah, that could be a thing. All right. Thank you for listening to us talk about basically nothing but rumors this week.
Just get really angry. Get all these rumors and put them inside a blue box and ship it away.
Fucking hell. Let us know any comments, questions, or concerns you've had about the show by either tweeting at us or joining Discord. You can tweet at us by heading to explosionhour.com/Twitter, which will take you to our Twitters. You can join our Discord, explosionnetwork.com/Discord, and you can head on over to explosionnetwork.com/support if you like the episode and donate as little as $1 to our Ko-fi page. And until next week, remember, never try
Dylan, I know you're upset about PlayStation not doing like a state of play or big announcements, but you just have to have faith that they haven't abandoned us.
Hey, don't forget you can subscribe to the show wherever you're currently listening, and you can drop a review if you can. Find more great shows like this and more content over at explosionnetwork.com, and please consider supporting us for as little as $1 over on our Ko-fi page by heading to explosionnetwork.com/support. Thanks for listening.